Hello everyone from Botswana. Update, not going to Zimbabwe. I had a failed entry at a plum tree, and what happened was I got through Botswana customs, left Botswana, and then I found out in Zimbabwe I needed to pay hundreds of US dollars. I needed to carry loads of US dollars because you can't pay for anything. All the campsites are a load of money. The cruncher was I'm not allowed to bring in my drone. I don't know where else to put it. I could have left it somewhere, but you know, at that time there is nowhere to leave it other than to come back into Botswana. I also need to carry more emergency kit than an ambulance, which is ridiculous. And so I think what I'm going to do is go to the Okavango Delta. I was thinking of going up to Kasane and then going up along the Caprivi Strip, going to Victoria Falls from the Zambia side, but I've seen the Vic Falls many times, and I've been there with Fanny. I've been there several times on my own. This place is near the border with Zimbabwe. I'm a little disappointed, but at the same time, I feel fuck 'em. I try and get out of this negative mode. You know, when you're doing these sort of things, it's tough, and it puts you in a bit of a bad mood. I was in an appalling mood anyway, because I drove up from Gaborone on a road called the A1. So I rode 450, 460, 470 up to Francistown, planning to camp and then go into across the Plumtree border. And the drive was absolutely horrendous. So there's two lanes for most of it. Well, one lane going one way, one the other. And some vehicles like horse and cart going at walking speed, some cars going at 200 kilometers an hour, people veering all over the place, everyone overtaking everyone else. There's actually people overtaking on the opposite sides. On many occasions, I could see ahead of me two trucks side by side coming straight towards me, and no intention to pull in. You know, the truck slowly going past the other, and I could see them in the distance, and I pulled off into the verge, carried on riding, but into the verge, and just scraped past it. On one occasion, 3 vehicles, so one truck overtaking another truck, and then another truck, probably traveling about 100. Emergency stop and pulled off into the undergrowth. On a positive note, this is a beautiful campsite. There's a kitchen area where you can buy food, ready-made meals. I'm going to make a braai tonight. The weather has been beautiful, and I'm lucky. I think this is the time to come. Any earlier than this, you're going to get the rains, and if you come even earlier, it's going to be hot as Hades. So April, May is a good time to come to this part of Botswana. I've just heard that Namibia has enacted a new rule from the 1st of April and is charging visitors $80 US for a visa to get in, which is 500 Hong Kong dollars. So that's it. So can I get into Zimbabwe? I can, if I part with loads of money, carry loads of US dollars, get rid of my drone, cover my bike in reflective tape, carry a certain size fire extinguisher, triangles. I've got a first aid kit, whether it's good enough or not. And then they'll stop me every 30 kilometers and check it and undo my bag. I could do without this. I don't need this shit. Over and out. Quick tour of my campsite. I have been here before, I think I have. So, swimming pool. It's nice actually. I'm not going to go and walk in to the heads and post it on YouTube. But I'll tell you this, it's one of the best I've ever seen. It is absolutely superb. It is like a 5-star hotel's restroom. Really, really nice. I've got to be careful actually, because there's I've just told there are snakes, cobras knocking around here. I got my flip-flops on. Over there is a sort of reception, and they have a freezer and a little shop to buy a few things. There are for the people who are more well-heeled, or they prefer to part with their money more than I would. There are all these little huts around. It's quite a big area. Watch out for snakes. Little puff adders that will ruin your day. Let's have a quick look at, if you go to one of these little huts, I don't know if there's anything open. Let's have a quick look. What do they look like inside? Doors closed. The camping fee's pretty reasonable. I can't remember what it was, but it was about, you know, $10, 10 Hong Kong dollars, something like that. 10 US dollars. Here's one here. Okay. Watch out for the vervet monkey. They sneak through. They get angry with me. So, what's inside? Mind the monkey. Mind the lauwai. So you've got your own little private braaiing area. The river's completely dry. How can that be? There's rain everywhere. Completely dry. Bizarre. Let me go back out this way. So what is here? Do they have their own little shower? Oh yeah, they have a shower. Anyway, I'm pretty happy with my camping arrangement. So tomorrow, not up to Kasane. I thought about it, but there's a big dog leg and borders, and I just can't face it. You know, when I watch people like Itchy Boots, yes, I've done it before, but I'm in my early 60s. I've been around the world, and she makes a lot of money from her YouTube channel. And so she's going to have to cross borders, isn't she? Put up with all the shit. Can't really see the river from here. Completely dry. Anyway, that's a little tour. You know, for 10 US dollars, where you get access to electricity to charge things, you get a braai bin. There's some water. I've got a filtration. I'm not sure you can drink this water, but I've got a filtration system. But you can get bottled water as well if you need, or whatever. I fixed this morning, and I think I'm going to go, with all my stuff off, I'm going to go for a ride along the trails. Do some trail riding on my bike in the afternoon, and then come back here and then relax and cook up some meat. Zaijian. Hello, Tweety. Are you stealing my stuff? Right, I've got to pack my tent back and put my stuff in my tent because there's monkeys. I'll be down and they'll take all my stuff. Hey ho.